What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Dusk Beyond the End of the World, or Towa no Yugure, this time with episode 2. Bit confusing because we had an episode 0, but good second episode. It felt very different to the first episode, very different. But I've liked both so far, to be honest. There was a nice bit of action at the end of the last episode, interesting kind of world that we're in now. Not really sure if it makes sense. We don't really know an awful lot to even not question if it makes sense, to be honest, but we've got like different rules for marriage. We've got a bunch of Indian people, I believe, that live in Japan now. Yeah, a lot has changed. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this second episode in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. We've even got a ring ready. Oh, was that the ring he bought for her? They do look very similar, don't they? Apart from the hair. Oh, you didn't help. She was shooting off rail guns. Yeah, I think that's like, I'm not sure if that's like a preserved kind of AI like version of her, or if she's like implanted her. I don't really know how it works, to be honest. He seems like the same guy, just with a android AI body. So maybe she's like implanted herself in a body as well. He looks exactly this. I mean, she looks exactly the same. She's just changed her hair. So I guess it's not that kind of like. I was gonna say maybe she's in a new body, but she probably just changed her hair. You would after all this time. I imagine you want a bit of a switch up. But yeah, I wasn't expecting this to be quite as. It looks like from the opening it's gonna be very action heavy. The first episode was very tech based, very kind of close to the ground, nothing outrageous until the ending of the episode. So I think I was initially thinking about like a romantic sci-fi kind of show, but it kind of seems like it might be like an action sci-fi romance type of thing. But yeah, tonally, the first episode and the episode 0 were crazily different in my opinion. I think this will be a lot more in line with that first episode we got last week from here on. Which one I prefer, I'm not 100% sure yet. I really do like that kind of sci-fi stuff that we did see in that first episode. Ask a lot of questions I'm very interested in. But we'll see where this goes. In the north after doomsday. Sorry, I didn't pay too much attention there. Was that a wooden wheelchair? Again, the technology really is all over the place. I'm not saying that as a negative. I think people might have took it that way last week. I'm saying that as in, like, what the hell's going on here? How is it that some people have incredibly advanced technology, like android bodies, and some have, this village had nothing, not even lights. Comes from more of a place of intrigue. Like, it definitely feels like someone is, the people, that owl stuff is kind of withholding technology, keeping it for themselves. Maybe they're doing a good job. Maybe they're actually helping out. I mean, judging from the people that worked for them last week, probably not. But perhaps they're actually saying, you know what, technology killed us once, we're not going to give you guys too much. So there's that girl we see in the opener. She looks quite similar as well. I feel like that's just the style of the characters' designs, though, maybe. And she also looks very similar. Maybe she's got some like evil versions of her, evil android versions of her that went wrong or something. Because they've all got the same face, but different hair style. No, they all have the same face. Okay. Who's that? Wait, what the hell is she doing here? I recognise her voice actress. I've been playing a lot of Nier Automata recently. I was just thinking about that during this segment, to be honest with you. It was a little bit similar. And I recognise her voice actress. I'm not sure if it is from this. I forget now, but I like her. I like her voice actress. Sorry, I was just trying to like remember where I recognise her from. Oh, I remember where I recognise her from. It's not Nier Automata. It's Celty from Durarara. She's got Celty's voice actor. Been rewatching that recently. So I think it's very obvious from their designs. One of these is a bit of a devilish woman, seemingly the other's a bit of a holier than thou, even with a halo above her head. Farewell. I got one message in like 100 years, by the way. Surely you'd get more than that. No matter who you are. Even from like call centers, Indian scammers. I was just about to say, can you imagine one of those things in real life? You get ads pop up, scams pop up on your watch, you know, unskippable ads. It's like, ugh. Everything's fucking adverts nowadays. So this is not her then, do you think? Are they all three of these girls like a version of her? Some are more updated, some are more in line with who she actually like, yeah. And there's so many questions this show bringing up, isn't there? She's into him just like the real her was. I don't know. I don't know. I won't cement any thoughts down just yet. I leave myself open. feel like it. Again, oh, so that does. Yeah, I was gonna say that does make me feel like she is just like an imitation of her partner with those same feelings, but she can't process why the real her felt that way. Why do you have those functions? You're a sex robot? But that's the only way in any way. It's not necessary, but the only way in any way it would be necessary is if you were designing it for that purpose. Why would you put that stuff on a normal Android? I don't know. That just invites weirdness, right? Oboro, very strange name. I've heard a couple times. Very uncommon. No, does it? There's that girl from the opener. Seen quite a few of the people from the opener in this episode, haven't we? She doesn't look very Japanese either. She looks like a bit of a sweet. Her hair. Like a sweetie. Or candy. I just heard a cash register. Again, interesting, isn't it? It seems like such a primitive kind of shop, and then there's just a cash register. Does that not stand out to you guys? And why is there a cash register? I'm not sure when the inception of those was, but I imagine it was. Doesn't really fit in here, does it? Sorry, I just kind of missed that as yapping a little bit. A Lagosian, was it? Letogian. They're like slaves. Okay. But yeah, again, my question, well, not a question, but again, my interest with the technology, it's just, it really does just seem all over the place. Why is there a cash register here? It's like they give them like, they're so primitive living and they have a little bit of technology. All these places have shown like a little bit of more than they should seemingly be capable of. And all while two androids are walking around. How the hell did we get to this? Oh, they're slaves. This is exactly like slavery. I mean, that's a pretty dodgy thing to say. Someone actually caring about humanity and slaves. You're a big softy. No, you're actually just pretty ruthless yourself. I really like her voice actress as well. They got a lot of talent in this show, haven't they? Wow. Yeah, this little girl's voice actress here is one of my favourites. Are we in a game? Wow, checkpoint. I imagine she means like border security or something. Pretty incredible she can walk and draw like that. What a cute little bunny. Oh, she got a barcode. What would they be? So yeah, what does he run off? Is he like self-preservational? Is that the word for it? Or does he need like refuel? I'd assume so, because I imagine he would be one of the first of his kind. Also, this girl's design looks right out of ReZero. In not a great way. A way I'm not a massive fan of, but yeah, that's what it is. Apologies about that. So she's at least 150. Not in this situation. not in this situation. I don't think that is applicable here, to be honest. Yes, but this was in our world. This was time. Time is the best kind of truth teller of all. You come to realize things. You come to understand what's right and wrong given time, and we did. So it's just a matter of time before this gets outward anyway. I'm gonna stand up to it now. Okay, so we got We've got him as well. Talking to ReZero. Already Roswell Dio right here. Another cliche as fuck villain. Very, very out there villain. I like the start though. It's like it's comedic in just how, yeah. Ah, crap. Yeah. So she's with him. Okay. So she is one of those slaves. We call them. Yes, you did. But yeah, they really aren't afraid of making these villains proper, like proper villainous, like proper cliche villain. And I like that. I kind of like that. Not every villain has to be like massively nuanced and understandable and like, yeah. Just make a bad guy, bro. Contraband. No, you've got to go back. You have. I mean, to be fair, it might sound bad, but she did betray you guys for some books. Yes, they books mean a lot, but she did betray you guys for some books. She gave up your lives for some books. So honestly, it would be kind of understandable. I mean, it's a little girl, so you've got to. But it would almost be understandable if they didn't. If that was an adult, personally, I don't know if I'd go back. Like, you sold me out for your parents' books of all things. Yes, I know they mean a lot to you, but I'm a human being, and those are books. Good luck burning that in the rain. Oh, it's got a powerful lighter, and it's gone. So are you. I don't know the reaction. He's already gone like 10 meters away. There's a delayed reaction. Again, I'm really not a fan of this girl's design. Can't lie to you guys. You guys know I don't like any kind of fan service or anything anyway, but especially with a character like this. I brought up ReZero earlier. I actually loved the changes they made to the source material designs that they've done in the anime. I'm not a fan of it's really ironic because I don't want things to be, this isn't an adaptation, so this isn't the same thing. But I don't like the fact that things get censored. But with stuff like this, I'm okay with it. This is like something I'm okay with censoring, to be honest. Um, yeah, I'm just like, it's a bit weird, right? Yes, you can call it a drawing, but it is actually the image of something I find a little bit disturbing, and I hope a lot of people would find disturbing. So, yeah, that's the one thing that sticks out to me in this episode. wasn't a fan of that. But otherwise, it was another decent episode. Another proper comical villain, which I'm quite a big fan of, actually. Like I said, you only really see them in, like, again, everything has got to be quite nuanced, and there's got to be like more to a villain than just being a villain nowadays. I feel like in a lot of things, and this is just like taking the proper simple route of just like a horrible guy. They're just two horrible guys, and I actually quite like the simplicity of it. Dancing with you under the rainy summer day. But as I keep saying, another interesting kind of surrounding we got here. This seems a little bit more advanced than the village we were just in, just purely based off the buildings. They've got slaves here, which is like, I guess, like this. This almost looks like a kind of modern day street, almost, doesn't it? Actually, this looks like it almost looks like Holland, to be honest. But yeah, the technology is still like lacking, apart from, again, the standout fact that there's I'm not sure if it's an oversight or if it is intentional that they keep doing this, but I'll keep pointing it out as long as it keeps happening. Why is there a cash register? Like, surely creating that, I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I'm not clued up on cash registers, to be honest with you, but it seems like it's quite a modern kind of thing, right? So something especially like not even necessary. If you're going to have any kind of technology, you wouldn't choose to have a cash register because it's easy enough to kind of sort out stuff like that anyway. But yeah, decent end to the episode here. Again, the one big issue for me is unfortunately this girl's design, which I know a lot of people hate the fact that people have issues with stuff like this, but I just do. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section. Another decent episode. I will say probably the weakest of the three so far. But I think this one was just kind of setting things up with a few new characters, and those characters being quite standout in the opening. So I imagine they'll be quite important, this girl and the two kind of androids we saw back there. I almost feel like those androids might be, again, doing the kind of right thing, the two that we saw at the start, in terms of, again, limiting technology, because it already kind of seemingly destroyed the whole world once. Might very well do the same now. But again, let me know what you guys want in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you next week with episode 3.